I should say we, Anthony, and then Chad was here yesterday and the day before, last couple days of this foyer project. So this foyer was ceiling, and yes, it's shiny on purpose. Semi-gloss for the crown and ceiling is what they wanted on here. All the wallpaper was stripped, and Anthony's on the last day to finish the paper on that side of the wall, and he's going to be wrapping outlet covers. So this one was kind of tricky to figure out. You can pretty much expect, no matter what kind of paper you're getting, traditional rolls, once you're doing anything like this with a repeat, for every strip, it's going to be one strip of wallpaper. So wallpaper amounts is going to be pretty high. Anthony was able to figure out doing a full strip from this 18 foot and then taking the extra and going up here. So he was able to save some that way. We priced it and she bought enough. That way it was a full strip, and if we couldn't use it, so she'll be able to make a return on the rest of it. So when we're figuring that out, it's an hour for two people just to hang one strip on there. This one was a little bit better, still an hour, but we were able to save a little bit of time because it was paste the wall versus paste the paper. Trying to use a paste machine and pull an 18-foot piece of paper is a pain. So that wasn't too bad. And then once you go to the 2-story, Anthony spent some time trying to color in a little bit on some of the areas where the pattern didn't exactly match, because the paper can stretch a little bit with that much of a reach, plus it's printed, and sometimes the top and the bottom aren't exactly the same. So some of the hidden costs, definitely here we're covering everything for scaffold. Once the scaffold comes in, so you got the time to put the scaffolding up, and then 2 people on scaffold. You almost need 3, but labor-wise it doesn't make sense sometimes. But once you're doing 2, it's 2 people to do a foyer like this, so you have extra labor for that. And then the corners, Anthony's working on a corner there, which is kind of straight, but you still have to wrap all that stuff. And once you start wrapping corners, it just adds a ton of time, so that 1 hour is probably not an hour and a half to do a piece. Other things that affect it is wrapping the vents like this to make sure it matches the pattern. Same thing with outlet covers. Once you start wrapping those, we have an extra charge for doing those. So this is our project. Those are some of the things you can expect as far as add-ons. I'm sure Anthony can think of another one off the top of his head, but those are the big ones. The wrapping, 2 people, how well it wraps around the corner, matching the pattern, coloring the pattern, outlet covers, switch plate covers, HVAC vents. Things to consider when you're doing a big project like this. If you got questions on wallpapering, whether it's commercial, residential, 2-story foyer like this, painting all the balusters and handrails like we did here, and painting the doors, love to see how we can help you out with a project like that. Hope you guys have a great day, and God bless.